Hey everybody, what's up and welcome to another Sims 4 house building video. In today's video, I am finally posting the video where I build the Wheeler house from Stranger Things. This one has been a long time coming. If you saw my last Stranger Things video, I built the Buyer house, and in that video I said that I was building this house, and now 4 months later I'm finally posting it. It was originally my intention to get both of these videos out while the last season of Stranger Things was airing. That was July. It is now October. So sorry. But it's finally here, and thank you for being patient. I hope you were looking forward to this because I'm really excited about this one. I really loved building this house. From what I can remember, I built it literally in July. I built it at the same time as the last house. So whenever I posted that last video, the last Stranger Things video, I built this one at the same time. I actually think I built this one first, and the only reason I was putting off posting it before the other one was that this one is longer, so it was going to take longer to edit. But yeah, this house, I really, really like how it came out. From what I remember, like I said, it was really fun to build. It came together quite easily. Sometimes building houses from TV shows can be a pain in the ass, but this one was pretty easy. There was lots of reference photos. There was lots of things to work from. A lot of the items in The Sims 4 kind of lended themselves to this house, if that makes sense. Like, a lot of the style of The Sims 4 feels outdated, if that makes sense. And obviously Stranger Things is set in the 80s. So this house is quite an 80s house. Does that make sense? I really hope I'm making sense. I've had the longest week of my entire life. My head is fried. This is probably the worst possible time I could be recording this, but I'm home alone. My housemate is out. This is when I'm recording. But anyway, yeah, this house is kind of a quintessentially 80s looking house. It looks quite outdated, and for some reason that just works in The Sims. I often find it quite hard to build very modern houses, like in terms of very current styles, because even when we get new items in like a new expansion pack or a stuff pack or a kit, whatever, it's obviously, because it's a game, it's being developed, they have to make all of these objects. It comes out like a year after a trend has already come and gone. So I find it quite hard to build very current trends. Am I making sense? I'm going on such a tangent. Basically, the reason I'm thinking of this, I was trying to build Emma Chamberlain's house. If you've seen her new Architecture Digest video on YouTube where she's like walking through her new mansion, kind of made me want to cry because she's younger than me. She's like 2 years younger than me, and she has a mansion in like Beverly Hills or something. But her house is like quintessential modern trendy. And I tried to build it in The Sims just in my free time. I was never planning on making a video out of it. And once I had like the skeleton of the house done, that was it. There was no more I could do because like all the stuff that she has in her house isn't in The Sims in any way. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm making sense. Anyway, rant over. This house was fun. For some reason the 80s just works in The Sims, like I was saying. And I think I want to build more kind of, what's the word? Not traditional, but I think period houses is kind of the wrong way of putting it too, but houses from a specific era, if that makes sense, an era of design or an era of architecture or whatever. Because this house, one of the WandaVision houses that I built, and even like the Incredibles house that I built, they were all very specific styles. Like the Incredibles house is like quintessential mid-century modern, and for some reason I just had a lot of fun building it. And for some reason there's a lot of mid-century modern items in The Sims. So I think I want to build more houses like these, because they're just a lot of fun. They're really easy to build, and I find I want to make more houses when I'm enjoying it, ironically. Which is strange, I know, because it's a game, you know, you should enjoy it. But but yeah, I just really enjoyed this one. I really hope you guys enjoy it. I know that my last Stranger Things video did quite well. People seem to enjoy it. So this one is just bigger, hopefully better. And I got a few comments of people asking where this one was. I just really hope that you like it. In the end, this house ends up being a, I think, 4-bedroom 4 or 5 bedroom and either 2 or 3 bathroom house. I'm really trying to remember. I think it's 4 bedrooms. Like I said, I built this back in July. Should I have gone back and watched it before recording this? Probably. Did I just edit all the footage and you'd think that I'd retain some amount of information? You would think, but I don't remember anything of this house. But yeah, it ends up being quite a few bedrooms, a couple bathrooms. Don't want to get specific because I don't know. And it's a 3-story house. There is a basement. If you've seen Stranger Things, I should probably talk about the show Stranger Things. If you haven't seen it, it's like the biggest show on Netflix. It's a supernatural kind of, not supernatural, a sci-fi, I guess, kind of sci-fi based in the 80s in a small town in America. Follows a group of like 4 friends these 4 little boys who find this girl in the woods and kind of adopt her. And they kind of secretly adopt her without any of their parents knowing. Turns out she has superpowers. She's like a government experiment. Spoilers if you haven't seen it, but you kind of discover that in the first episode anyway. But it's just a really fun show. That's why I'm doing it. I completely lost my train of thought. This voiceover is going to be something special. But anyway, it's what you get because I'm not starting over because I'm 7 minutes in. Usually my rule is if I mess up within the first 5 minutes, I'll start over. I'm 7 minutes in, you get what you get. Probably not the best attitude to have. Could I pause it and just start again? Yes. Am I going to? No. But anyway, yeah, it's a really good show. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. But, that's where I was going. Basically, the girl that they find, she ends up coming back to this house, the Wheeler house. Not Finn, that's the actor's name. Mike lives in this house with his older sister, Nancy, their parents, and I think a baby brother or sister. But they bring the girl back. Her name is 11, because she's like an experiment. She's a number. They all call her L. So Mike puts L in the basement, and that's kind of where she's living. So I really wanted to include the basement. It's also where the 4 boys kind of hang out. So I included like a lot of kid-friendly items down there. There's like a tent, one of those like toddler tents under the stairs. I don't actually know if kids can use them. So if you want to like recreate Stranger Things in The Sims 4, I don't know if Elle could actually sleep in that. It's also kind of cruel. Like it works in the show, but if you do that in The Sims, it's a little weird. But people play the game pretty weirdly. But actually, yeah, I just wanted to say that I've really been enjoying playing The Sims lately. I don't know if it's just kind of been reinvigorated because I recently bought the high school pack and I'm really enjoying playing with that. I have just like my own household that I'm just playing in my free time, and I don't think I've had this much of a spark to play The Sims in like probably like 2 or 3 years. I think the last time that I really got into The Sims was in like the first lockdown for COVID. But I'm just really, really enjoying it. And I know I'm not alone in this because I know that most Simmers, we kind of go in like waves with The Sims. Like we go from playing it every day, nonstop, never leaving the computer, to not touching it for months on end. And it's kind of weird. I don't know why we all have this relationship with The Sims. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that does that. But right now I'm just in one of those moods where I'm like, I want to play it 24/7. I'm at work and I'm thinking about The Sims. And it's kind of weird, slightly obsessed, but who cares? It's fun. Again, lost my train of thought. This voiceover is all over the place. I hope you can make sense of it. Also, before I forget, if you saw my last video, I did mention the new series that I'm working on. I'm kind of doing a Build the Worlds style series, kind of inspired by Devin Bumpkin. He's another Sims YouTuber. He does amazing builds. You definitely have to check him out. I linked him in my last video. If I think of it, I will also link him in the description of this video. But in the same vein of what he does, I'm working on kind of renovating the worlds. My intention is to start with, I nearly said Sunset Valley. What's it called? The main, like, when launched with The Sims. Willow Creek. Sorry, complete brain fart there. My intention is to start with Willow Creek and just completely demolish the world and kind of part by part renovate the world. That is still very much in development. I have a bit of a plan for one of the little neighborhoods, and I'm really excited about it. I still am trying to work out what way I'm going to format the videos. Because basically what I want to do is completely demolish and rebuild new houses, but then I also want to kind of create a save file that I will eventually share with you all. But with that, I want to populate the world and have newly made over Sims. So like, my intention is to start with the Pancake family, and I want you to be able to start the game and jump into any household and have them like fully made over. So like have a bit of a facelift for Eliza and Bob, kind of develop their stories a bit and give them a whole new place to live, maybe give them some kids, maybe pull them apart, maybe lean into the whole is their marriage falling apart kind of thing, you know? All the lore in The Sims, I want to really lean into it. And then with that, I want to populate the empty houses and the empty lots and things like that with my own Sims. But I'm just trying to work out what way I'm going to format those videos. Because obviously I'm going to show the building of the house, but how I'm going to incorporate the Sims side of that, I'm not sure yet. I'd really like to somehow show the new Sims, maybe give some background on their story. So I'm not sure if I'm going to include like the create a sim process or make separate videos of create a sim, maybe do it on TikTok and then just run through the changes that I made in the building video. I'm not really sure. I'm playing around with a few ideas, but that is a series that is in the works. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, don't take my word as law, that the first part of that will go up next week. My plan is to start with the Pancake's house and the Pancake family, I guess. But yes, do not take my word as law because I can't be trusted. I make false promises a lot on this channel, apparently, with the types of content that I'm currently working on. But I will say, I do have one build that I'm really, really excited about. I'm putting a lot of work into it. It's a Halloween theme build. And I'm really excited about it. I started building it yesterday, and as of right now, I only have the skeleton of the house built, and it's already over 2 hours of footage. So I'm kind of thinking it might be a two-parter, maybe exterior and interior separately in two different parts, two kind of maybe hopefully 20-minute videos. Just because I don't want to upload one long hour-long video nearly. So my plan is to kind of split it up, but I don't want to talk too much about that because I'm really excited about it, but there's still a lot to do. Like I said, 2 hours of footage, and I only have the skeleton of the house done. Also, 2 hours of footage does not mean 2 hours of building. I probably spent about 4.5 hours on it last night. So it's a big one, but I'm hoping that part one of that, if I do split it into two parts, part one will come out towards the end of the month and kind of run with the whole Halloween spooky vibe. So a bit of a clue. It's from something horror related, if you couldn't guess by the whole Halloween theme. But it is another house that's based on a TV show. Oh, that's another clue. I was going to say TV show or movie, but I'll say it's based on a TV show, and I'm just very excited about it. I'm really excited to share it. It's going to be a fun one because, again, I'm just really enjoying playing The Sims. So, anyway, I have rambled now for about 15 minutes. I am definitely going to be cutting out some of this audio because I don't know what I said, but I'm probably going to leave it here. There is still a few minutes left in the video. I'm just finishing off the rest of the house. I'll be going into the basement soon, or maybe I'm already there, depending on where you are in the video. Not really sure how my audio is going to line up here, but yeah, I think after that, it's just going to go into some screenshots. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for listening to this absolute rambling mess that is this audio. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a good time. And if you did like it, make sure you leave a like, a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any suggestions for the new series I'm working on of renovating the worlds. But beyond that, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you so much for watching and have an amazing day.